It's interesting. Where your name is brought up is where they probably want you to look, so you're not looking where you should be looking. It's just smokescreen. It's just, this time of the year where, throw names out there so people don't look where they're supposed to look.
Touchdown of the season for McKissick, 3rd overall. It's blocked. Rasheem Green able to pick it up for Seattle. And he's got a path. He's got blockers all the way. How about that turn of events for Rasheem Green?
Rasheem Green right there, the Seattle Seahawks, with the blocked kick for a 2-point conversion. The Seattle Seahawks and Washington football team last night. This is interesting to see. I am your head coach. I'm not taking that other job. Nick, let's start today with not college football coaching news. We have to catch up over the weekend before the Thanksgiving break. The city of St. Louis settled its lawsuit with the National Football League after much fanfare and much clusterfuckery. The National Football League's Rams owner will pay the city of St. Louis $790 million in a settlement over the way that the Rams colluded to leave the city of St. Louis. A lot of people thought they could have gotten a lot more if the case gone to trial, but it's a trial. I don't know if you follow the news with other cases. Kyle Rittenhouse, Casey Anthony. It doesn't always go the way people think it's going to go. So they took the payout. It was never seriously considered forcing the NFL to put a team back in St. Louis, according to the St. Louis Dispatch. But good for the city of St. Louis. They got screwed. They got paid. And you can't say no to the settlement. You can't. You can't risk a trial, A. And B, you got them by the cojones. You got to get the money. You've got to win. It's like in poker. You have to win the hand. If you have the best cards, you have to win. You can't screw around. So good for the city of St. Louis. Other big news, there are 2 carousels happening right now. There's the Major League Baseball free agency tracker, and there's college football head coachery. So last night, the big news, Brian Kelly was rumored to be the target for LSU in head coaching search, I don't know, around 4 or 5 p.m. Saw that on Twitter, and then the news breaks about 2 or 3 hours later that he has confirmed he's going to be the guy that's there. And then all of this stuff happened at Notre Dame where he left in the middle of the night, and he texted players later and all that stuff. I swear those, like, LSU is targeting Brian Kelly tweet, I swear to God that's leaked like 2 or 3 hours early before the announcement, just so that LSU can be like, will there be a riot? Because I'm pretty sure, didn't that happen to Tennessee with somebody that they should have hired? Yeah, that happened. So Brian Kelly, after, I think off the top of my head, 11 seasons at Notre Dame, 4 straight 10-win seasons, a bunch of players drafted into the NFL, 1 Heisman Trophy finalist, 3 national championship-ish appearances, if you include 2 playoff appearances. And the weird thing is that Notre Dame could make the playoff right now, so that would mean they would have an interim head coach coaching them in the playoff. Even weirder is if they hired Luke Fickell and they made the playoff. Is it theoretically possible that Notre Dame and Cincinnati, that the Cincinnati head coach would be on the sidelines of Notre Dame while his team played Notre Dame in the college football playoff? It's not likely. But it is possible, theoretically. So now Notre Dame will look to field their position. A lot of people, the hottest name out there right now is Lane Kiffin, according to Twitter. So Twitter, I love Twitter, 50%. Half the rumors are true. All right, let's update the college football coaching carousel then. Let's see. Lincoln Riley took the USC job. Sonny Dykes, sweet name. Sonny Dykes took the TCU job from SMU. Someone named Kalen DeBoer. Where'd he go? Fresno State, yeah. So Washington hired Kalen DeBoer. Billy Napier, which I think is Florida, made a pretty good hire. They hired the University of Louisiana or Louisiana Lafayette, whichever you prefer, the Raging Cajuns head coach. Oh, man, Florida. Not even – Florida was open and no one was even considering it in the same level as like LSU or USC. Well, USC is not the same level as those guys. Other coaching vacancies, Notre Dame – Oklahoma, Temple, UMass, Texas Tech. Nope, Texas Tech hired Someone named Joey McGuire. That happened pretty recently. Virginia Tech is open. Louisiana Tech is open. But they have some notable extensions, guys that are not going to take the job, including 2 of which I thought for sure would be taking jobs. Hugh Freeze has been extended at Liberty to 2028. It's a good spot for him. They're a private school. You can keep your dirty laundry there. They have a lot of weird sex culty stuff, and they're an overly Christian university. A lot of creepy crap going on at Liberty University. You can Google it yourself. Scott Frost has been retained? Huh. All right. That's Nebraska. Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy has been extended. Penn State head coach James Franklin has been extended. And the most interesting one to me, Dave Clawson, Wake Forest head coach, has also been extended. So we'll see how this continues. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm sure more people will be leaving their players high and dry and whatever. But for Notre Dame, Brian Kelly left the program in far better shape than he found it. MLB Free Agency heated up yesterday with the Texas Rangers. The organization tweeted out something I thought was hilarious. If you're watching on YouTube, I will bring it up. It's this. It's the meme where the house is burning down and the girl like creepily looks at you like, haha, yeah, I did that. The girl has a Rangers hat on and the house is Twitter. And they did that because they spent some money yesterday. Some money. They signed the second-ranked free agent on the market. That's Corey Seager of the Dodgers. And the fourth-ranked free agent on the market, that's Marcus Semien, a middle infielder from Toronto. They spent $500 million on those guys. $500 million on a second baseman and a shortstop. $500 million. Reigning Cy Young Award winner in the American League, Robbie Ray from the Toronto Blue Jays. He signed with the Seattle Mariners. Also signing yesterday was Max Scherzer, Dodgers to Mets. Mets continue to spend money. They signed Starling Marte from the A's, who won't pay anybody. Trevor Story, he's going to be moving, and Carlos Correa is, of course, the gem that everyone wants. Yesterday, the Brian Kelly clip off the top saying you shouldn't be looking where you should be looking. The rumor is that they just paid him a lot of money and that they're going to build whatever he wants. Brady Quinn went on CBS and said that he had heard that Notre Dame was not willing to just kind of build a bunch of new facilities and things, and that's how it goes. I mean, I don't know how to say it. If football's not the most important thing in your school, it's going to be really tough to win national championships. Okay, let's move on. Monday Night Football. I have some frosted mini wheat in my throat. Oh, it's great. So, I heard the blocked two-point conversion. So, if it's a thick six when a big man scores a touchdown on defense, do we call it dropping a deuce when he scores a two-point conversion? I don't know. Despite all of this, the Washington football team prevails over the Seattle Seahawks, who are ass. They are trash. They're a terrible football team. They scored one touchdown earlier in the game. Wait, this got them scoring 2 touchdowns? And they went for 2, and they missed the two-point conversion. That makes sense. Russell Wilson attempted 31 passes, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns. Touchdowns for Gerald Everett and Freddie Swain. DK Metcalf had 1 catch for 13 yards. It was ugly. Taylor Heineke had a great game, as did Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson, 29 carries, 111 yards. He also added 7 catches for 35 yards. J.D. McKissick played his ass off. The Washington's pretty good. If we take a look at the standings, it's pretty weird. They're hanging around. Washington is 2 games back-ish of the Dallas Cowboys. They've also won 3 in a row. They started 2-6, and now they're 5-6. They're half game up on the Eagles, and the Giants are trash. So, the next game, I believe, is Saints-Cowboys. That's on Thursday Night Football. See if the Cowboys slide can continue. Also sliding right now are the Cleveland Browns, who are trash. Kareem Hunt, his dad, took to Facebook to talk shit on Baker Mayfield, saying, quote, "I'm stating facts on football, and what we seeing is he's limping. He's scared to throw the ball, and they know he's hurt." And then he said, "I'm not jeopardizing nothing. I got a right to speak. I ain't posting no videos," referring to Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad. So that's like a PTA thing that they got going on at Cleveland. That's just super duper helpful. Yeah, the Browns, what a well-run organization that is. USC student section chanted F the Mormons, but they didn't say F. Well, BYU whipped that ass in LA over the weekend, and a bunch of people took videos of it, which not smart. They're going to get in trouble. That's anti-religious bigotry. So I highly doubt the Pac-12, which is a good organization, is going to let that stuff go unfettered. However, USC let a bunch of people who couldn't get into school. Vita Vea lost a tooth. We covered that situation over the weekend. Coach Bruce Arians with a little dentistry advice for everybody out there. How do you feel about him losing his tooth, Bruce?
I don't know if you were aware of that or if you
I don't care. You got 30 other ones.
He looks so drunk. He's so red. He looks so unhealthy. Oh my God. So yesterday, star running back Christian McCaffrey, it was announced that he's out for the year with an ankle thing. So the top 4 players drafted in fantasy this year: Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, and Derrick Henry. All of them are out. Running backs are hard. That sucks. Paying running backs huge contracts is also pretty tough. There are a bunch of contracts out there right there, and here's how everything looks. Christian McCaffrey's out for the year. Henry is on IR. Dalvin Cook is on IR. He looks like he's separated his shoulder, and he should be back. We didn't talk about it yesterday, but Dalvin Cook should be fine. Kamara is in and out. Zeke is hurt. Aaron Jones is hurt. Nick Chubbs is he's playing really well, but he misses a game every now and then, and Joe Mixon is good. People are going to take this opportunity to shit on running backs. They matter a lot. I don't know if you watched A.J. Dillon ice the Rams, but I'm on running backs matter street. Tristan Hill got suspended for after the game antics on Thanksgiving Day. Tristan Hill is a defensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, and while everyone was shaking hands on Thanksgiving, he went up to the lineman that was blocking him all day and just punched him right in the face and knocked his helmet off, and then people had to separate them. That guy's been suspended for 2 games without pay, of course. Like, duh. Last night during the game, it appeared that sewage, which spilled on the Washington football fans during the first week of the season, spilled on them again last night like a faucet. Nope, it turns out the team just said the sprinkler went off. Wow, what a great organization, Washington football team. You guys look just crushing it. You are absolutely crushing it. Washington football team, unbelievable. Other things we didn't cover over the weekend. Everson Griffin, he called the cops around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday and said that someone was trying to kill him. He also posted that someone was hunting him down and trying to kill him in the early hours of Friday morning. The police got there. No one was there. Everybody looked into it. No one's there. He's had mental health issues in the past, and it appears like he's having a delusion and that there are some pretty serious issues going on there. So we wish the best for Everson Griffin. We'll be back and better than ever tomorrow morning. You can like, rate, review, subscribe, and we'll see who Notre Dame gets. My money's on the Cincinnati guy or the Oregon guy, but who knows?